And good evening, and welcome to the Raleigh Municipal Lighting Plant Commissioners Meeting for August 5th, 2015. As a reminder, this meeting is being audio and video recorded digitally. Our first item on the agenda is Citizens Query from 7 to 7:10 p.m. Item number 2 is review and accept minutes from previous meeting. We get a chance to look at them yet, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Any errors, omissions, comments for the June 10th, 2015 Commissioners meeting?
Make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Please.
I'll give you a motion to accept the minutes.
Motion made to accept the June 10th, 2015 minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. And our next set of minutes are June 24th, 2015. That is a special meeting. We had a chance to review those. Okay,
Give you a motion, Mr. Chairman.
please.
Give you that motion.
Motion made and
Seconded.
seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Would you like to skip to, do you want to skip to number 4?
Yes, we'll go down to number 4. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ann. We do have an appointment at 7:10, so I will skip session or agenda item number 3 and get down to number 4, which is approval of 2014 write-offs. Okay. Okay, 2014 write-offs actually total about $1,842.95. So,
And again, those write-offs are basically uncollectible debt. We've exhausted all avenues to collect it. And some of these accounts are fairly old, so we're weaning down all the outstanding
yeah, just get it
accounts
off the
receivable.
books, so
Yep.
it doesn't stay out there. Yeah, a lot of time, we still turn it over to a collection agency?
Yes,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we do a collection agency.
we do that first, and
Yeah, and then go from there.
Mhm.
And once in a while, you get a call,
Mhm.
so it does work a little bit.
we've had good success with the collection agencies that we're using right now, and they're not too pricey, so they're not taking a big chunk out of the money we're getting. So, but we're getting something from them.
Well, that's good. That's good to keep track of it. Okay. So do we want to vote to,
We need a motion to,
yes, to approve the write-offs?
give you a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Seconded.
Motion made and seconded to approve the write-offs for the 2014. Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. sir. Okay, we got time to do number 2, number 5?
I would say not.
Okay.
Maybe number 6, it'll only take a couple of minutes to describe what that is.
Okay, so we'll skip down to number 6 on the items. And that's solar opportunity.
In the past, we've looked at solar opportunities, commercial size solar opportunities for the Raleigh Light Department. One was on Central Street a while back. That basically kind of fell through. Pricing was an issue, and basically, long story short, it fell through and wasn't able to proceed. I was approached by a resident who has a large amount of property in town and a solar company looking to maybe do a commercial size solar in town. Very preliminary. They basically met with me, and they told me where they're gonna do it, I know who the homeowner was, but it's very preliminary. They're gonna get back to me with some very rough numbers as to what they're thinking they may wanna do a PPA for. So I just wanna make the board aware that we are still looking at these renewable sources, but it's just a matter of if it's right for us.
I think we got some interest out there at this point too, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. So when and if something further does come up with this, I'll definitely let the board know. I will, when I get the prices back, and
Sure.
and then when I get more information, I'll basically let you know where it is, who the landowner is and whatnot. But right now, there's no need, I don't think, to go into that. So.
Right, no, I think you're right. It's just a preliminary stage anyway.
Yes.
And they'll also have to go before the planning board to get a site plan or a special permit
Mm-hmm.
under the bylaw, zoning bylaw, so.
And we're looking at probably 1.5 to 2 megawatts of solar. So, I mean,
Okay.
that'd be an okay fit for us. So.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So we got about a minute left. You wanna shoot for the number 7? Like, we talked, we think about it enough, we got another half a minute to go.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Hey, Greg?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Well set.
Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Okay, the time being 7:10. First thing is citizens' query is closed. And the second thing that happens at 7:10 is we have an executive session to discuss some sensitive material, I guess, and proprietary information under General Laws, Chapter 164, Section 1F, and General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21, parentheses 10, to discuss generation option and to reconvene in open session at conclusion of the executive session. The vote to be by roll call.
Have a motion, make a motion to go into executive session.
Okay. Second? Do we have
Yeah.
a second?
Second, yeah,
Second, okay.
yep.
By roll call vote, all those in favor of entering executive session signify by saying aye.
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 I will
Bob,
stop.
Mary? Ken Keys, right? You said Ken?
Mm.
Okay, roll call vote.
Oh.
We are in executive session. And welcome back to the Raleigh Municipal Lighting Plant Board of Commissioners meeting. We have been in executive session. We are now back in open session. And our next agenda item will be item number 5, changes to policy 201 and 210.
One. And it printed a little weird. It's 201 is one on the front page, and then 210 is the one on the back page, in the second page.
Okay.
Basically, at the last meeting, we spoke about I spoke to the board about making some changes to the personnel policy, especially policy 201 and 210. And basically, I met with a lawyer and just talked to him. So basically, to get the language right,
Right.
so it passes the the lawyer test. This is what we came up with as far as a draft to put into the policy handbook. So I'll let you look it over and then we can talk briefly about it.
This actual piece of paper, is that 201 or 210?
That's actually, if you flip this one over, that's the starting of 210 there, and that's the finish of it. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to, before I got mixed up here.
Like I said, it printed a little weird from the
Yeah.
printer.
What do you think?
What, Papa?
Yeah. Any comment or questions on policy 201?
Was there a change from something else?
Yeah, from the original policy, there was a lot of language, a lot of confusing language in policy 201 and 210. It's confusing and conflicting because there was some language in there that was just cause, and just cause is basically it's union language.
Mm-hmm.
It's not employee at will language. So, and the employee at will was never in the employment status part of it. So it was a little conflicting as was the employee an employee at will, or was the employee needs to be disciplined for just cause? So, I mean, what the lawyer suggested, and basically this is what, the two of us came up with, is this paragraph here. It just makes it easier to understand and cleans the language up so the employee understands that they're on employment on an at-will basis. There's no contract for this employment. They can leave whenever they want, or as it states here, RMLP retains the right to terminate employees for any reason or no reason at all. But that's basically the definition of an employee at will. The disciplinary part of it, Didn't really change a whole lot. I mean, we just cleaned up the wording. All the
Yeah,
steps
yeah.
is still there. It's still disciplinary procedures are oral reprimand, written reprimand, suspension and termination. All the same steps are there. It's just we cleaned the language up in the individual steps. Took out a few things that didn't need to be in there, things that were unnecessary.
Hmm.
So I mean, if you want a copy of the old language so you can compare, I should have brought it, but I didn't bring it, but
I got some right.
you have, I mean, if you want, Eric has a copy of the old language if you wanna look it over. But,
No, I was just curious as to why it was done.
you know, when I looked at it, when I read the policy over again, basically forwarded to the lawyer, cause I didn't really understand what it was telling me. So I forwarded to them, I says, can you take a look at this and kinda explain this to me?
Yeah,
And when he did that, he's like, I really don't get where they're going with this.
yeah,
Because it was, like I said, it was conflicting. There was language in there that was two-stage. It was, was the employee well, was there? So that's basically what he said is,
just cleaned it up, yeah.
we need to clean this language up so everybody has the understanding that this is the way it is.
This morphed out of the town's policies too, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. I don't know the
Do
story
you think,
behind
Eric,
it.
is that correct? If so, that may be why Just Cause is in there, was in there.
It's
you know?
possible.
Yeah, I know that they took some
Yeah.
policies from the town, some from other places and put them together.
I understand what you're driving at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you try to do that, you typically get things kinda out of whack, if you will.
Yeah, you muddy the waters too much and
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, everybody's had a chance to review them. We can entertain a motion to accept the policy changes to 201 and 210.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
thank you.
Okay, that takes us down to item number 7, which is bid results for bucket truck.
Thank you.
So as you know, in the capital budget this year was a new bucket truck. We have already received and awarded the chassis bid. In, I think it was the June meeting, we looked at those and awarded those. And after that, the bids went out for the actual bucket and the body part of it. So these are the results from that bid. And yeah, as you can see, there was one low bidder. And he met the specs 100%. Every spec that we sent, or any spec, every spec that was in the bid package, he met. And he was low bidder. So I have awarded that to him, being as it was very cut and dry, basically. I mean, he's a low bidder and he met the spec 100%. So I did award it to him, but I just wanted to make the commissioners aware where the prices were, and basically that he met the spec 100%.
Yeah, so that's a decent price.
Yeah, so it's basically with the chassis and the bucket and body, we're at a total price of $210,902, which is roughly, the actual budget number was $225. So we came in under the budget number for the capital purchase,
Very good.
so.
Kylie's been around for a while too,
Kylie, well, considering our whole fleet is Kylie,
including the one that's with the picture taken out behind here.
yes,
With the 4 gentlemen standing in front of it.
yes.
That was the town's first line truck. And it was a Kylie.
And that picture will be shown at the annual conference. They're doing a slideshow, just not to get off track, but they're doing a slideshow, and they were asking for pictures, and that's one of the pictures I sent to them as a historic picture.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we need to be voted on this?
No, we don't. It's up to the manager, unless he wants us to vote.
It's up to you. I mean, I've awarded the chassis, I mean, the bid already, so.
So, I mean, it's in his ball, it's in his ballpark. Okay, so let's see, that takes care of the truck bid. Item number 8 is lighting of the Civil War monument.
Dan, want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I brought this up to Dan, and this is the 150th year of the Civil War, the ending of the Civil War. We have a beautiful town common, and I don't know if we can come before the Board of Selectmen with this as an idea, but to light at night, that's a beautiful monument, that monument, but you don't see it when you come through town at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful, it has that white, I guess it's marble, I'm not really sure.
Actually granite, I think.
Granite,
Yeah.
white
It
granite
is a granite.
monument. And we're tied to that conflict. And again, this is the 150th anniversary. And I just thought that it would show up on the common at night a little bit better than it does. And I think there's ways of lighting this in such a way, maybe just the top of the statue, or just where the Union soldier is, or maybe the whole, but part of it. But we can come before the selectmen and see how their feelings. But I just wanted to see what the commissioners felt about that. Again, the common looks tremendous with all the lights around it. It just might add to the common.
Yeah.
It would be fairly easy to do. I mean, with all the wiring that we just put into the common, with all the street lighting around it, I mean, it'd be very easy for us to take off a feed from one of the handholds for the street lights, bring it right over. I mean, we're lucky it's in the narrow part of the common, so we can bring a line over there, feed, 2 or 4 spotlights, and just, light the monument from below. I would suggest we probably light the whole monument and not just try
Okay.
and. It'd be very difficult to spot
Sure.
on
Yeah.
one part of it without, lighting the whole thing. I think we can do it tastefully too,
Yeah.
without,
LEDs or something like that.
what's that?
LEDs,
Yeah, definitely LEDs, just some ground lighting, up at the monument, probably from 4 sides.
I just think it would add to the town common, beautiful commons.
yeah, because last year was the 100th anniversary, 200th anniversary.
What?
No, 100th anniversary, 1914.
No, I'm talking about the Civil War.
Yeah, that's what I'm
150th.
saying, Civil War.
150th.
The monument itself was placed.
Yeah,
in
you're right, the monument.
1914.
That's
So
right.
we had a rededication ceremony last year.
That's why it's good to have the
For the 100th
historian here.
For the 100th anniversary, and now it's the 150th anniversary of the war.
Yeah, that's right.
So it took them 50 years to figure out where to put that statue.
Well,
And there is a reason for that too, so it goes on, and it actually wound up in a court case.
I gotta imagine, I mean, how many veterans were alive at that particular time? There were, in 1914.
Yeah, there was
So,
a little bit of dissension back and forth with the placement of it.
well,
But it's just this, it's history anyway, so.
Yeah, it is history, yeah. And that's history.
So Dan, if you could send a letter over.
Okay.
Maybe this next meeting, because I won't be here, so that'll save a conflict of interest.
Okay.
What I would suggest, the way we approach it is, either I think the light department should probably fund the job itself, whether we hire somebody to do it or we do it ourselves.
Mhm.
Parts and labor and everything would be by the light department to do it. And as far as the lighting itself, I don't think that I don't think we need to add it to the actual street lighting bill. It'd basically just be a write-off at the end of the year. So, it wouldn't be,
Would it be easier to write it off, or would it be easier to just add it to the streetlight bill?
yeah, either way, it wouldn't be
Because
that much
That
anyway.
becomes a pilot,
Yeah,
that way it's accounted for.
okay, we can do it that way. That's easy enough. It wouldn't be much anyway, because it'd be
Yeah.
4 LED fixtures. and-
Exactly, they're not very, not
400
used very
watt
much at
LED.
all. Yeah, it just harkens back to when we were doing the Christmas lights. When we first started doing the Christmas lights, we got a letter from the DEP saying we were in violation of giving away electricity.
Oh, uh-oh. Yeah,
So,
we don't wanna do that. So, okay, so nix that first idea, we'll do it,
All right,
well, I'll draft that letter to the selectmen saying that this is basically what we wanna do. We wanna light the Civil War monument, and donation will be done by the light department for the labor and the materials, and
the
the
cost,
lights, the
cost
cost
of
of
the
the
energy
lighting.
will be added to the streetlight list.
Yep.
Streetlight.
Yeah.
Fund.
Okay. And when is their next meeting?
Actually, Monday.
Monday the 10th.
Probably when does the agenda close?
Tomorrow, tomorrow at noontime.
That'd be cutting a little close. Let me see what I can do. Okay, let it. I should be able to do that, but. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
And item number 9 is Raleigh Municipal Lighting Plant Peak Management Program through Tangent Energy update.
I just wanted to give the board a quick update on the program that you approved at the June meeting. We have, myself and Anthony, Anthony Bianco, have met with 4 customers, to approach them about that peak management program. One customer has signed on, so Tony
Excellent.
will be visiting that customer to do basically a very brief energy audit, installing some equipment at their site so they can monitor their energy. So that customer will be moving forward. Other customers have, one we get a flat out no, because he doesn't really have the equipment to do it. Another customer is, basically wants to think about it some more, so. And I do have other customers that I'm just waiting for responses from, put out a lot of calls, just working back and forth, voicemails and whatnot, so trying, working on different customers to basically let them know this program is available. The flyer is up on the website,
Oh, good.
as a peak management program. I haven't sent it out in the bills, I just don't wanna send it out in the bills, cause it doesn't apply to every customer, and I don't wanna,
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't wanna send it out to every customer to have, 100 residential customers call me and say, does this apply to me? No, it doesn't, so it's only commercial customers, so. And only a few at that, because we do have a large commercial base, but we only have a small commercial base that's large.
Right.
Classified as industrial.
It's on the high end of the medium commercial and the one industrial customer, yes, yeah. So we're continuing with the program and continuing the outreach, just trying to get customers on board. And every little bit helps,
Oh,
every
absolutely.
customer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
Yep.
Sounds good.
Any questions about the program itself, or we're,
No, I think we had, we had the presentation a while back and
Okay.
felt that it was
Really explained it.
worthwhile to try to get that. At least it's a way to try to save some money on the peak costs that we get, particularly when we hit a peak and have to pay for it for a year.
mm-hmm.
So we can cut those back. That makes a big difference. Okay, I've gone through the agenda, so I guess we need to
Give me a motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
motion to adjourn takes priority.
Second.
All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We are adjourned.